Right, this is a short handheld video. It'll be a bit wobbly, but so I can show you more. This is the southern yard after I've done a bit more ballasting, and as you can see there's lots of pretty little markers around. Now what's happened is because I've repositioned a lot of the track work and added extra point work in, there's extra wiring. So what I've done is I've got the track marked accordingly so I can put some wire down and rewire some of the sidings. Now as you can see, this is the entrance to the yard up here. You come down here to a loco line here, which is this one here. You've got spare lines over there. There's storage, and the back here is the yard for the shunting. Now I put some of the finer ballast down. I only got one hand available, so I can't show you how I do it, but you'll see it later on. You can see also there's some reference wires through already. I've got to put more wires in, and I've got to add extra in for an extra point. Now these yellow ones here will show where the point motors are and how they wire in. That's a dummy point there. There's a lot of muck still on the track. That's going to get cleaned out eventually. One way of doing it is to get a piece of wood and run it along the top like that, and that trims off the ballast that sticks up. I've also got an old chisel which I run along the inside to loosen up any ballast caught inside. And there's an old paintbrush here. It's had better days. It's unfortunately gone a little bit hard, but it's still soft up the end, and that's good for cleaning between the tracks. I'll do more of that later on. Now as far as the wiring goes, it's going to be a lot of soldering, which is extremely boring. It's more exciting watching glue dry, especially if it's super glue and you get it on your fingers and you scratch your backside by mistake. But anyway, these are the new line numbers. You can see line 1 up to line 11, and line 12 is the head shunt at the end. And the little yellow ones, these blue ones here, they're the point motor references. Now they all go wire underneath to a distribution board. Now this is distribution boards underneath. They need to be renumbered before I can do anything else. As you can see, the reference numbers on them. The point motor is linked into another board over there, which is that rat's nest. As you can see, it has to be tidied up. And these are the point returns, and the new points come in to a 3-point plug, and they then wired into the various components. Now the idea of doing it this way here is the wires from the track come into there, and they can run out from there to the control panel. And the same will happen over here, but this will be to a local control panel mounted to these two controllers, which will allow independent control of the yard by a separate person down this end. Well, that's about all I can show you this time. It's only short. These containers here are where I store my rolling stock, as you can see. I picked these up at a trash and treasure market. Very handy. Okay, so that's what the yard looks like at the moment now. You can see the yard there. These are lines here, are the main lines that go up and down into a tunnel there, and there is a lift out section there, as you can see, to rescue trains that get stuck according to Murphy's Law, and that will be fitted with scenery later on. It's only temporary at the moment now, it has a bit of work done on. Well, when I get back to ballasting and fixing up the areas and a bit of tidying up, I'll come back again. As you can see, it's quite smooth there. It's because I've used a finer sieve for the ballast. These ones are plastic, which is better because the blue metal tends to make the other metal ones a little bit rusty for some apparent reason. Anyway, that's all from the Sawtoh Valley freight yard, goods yard this time. A little bit more later on.